What's up, everybody? Good evening, good afternoon, and good night somewhere in the world. It is that time. Look outside. It's a beautiful day. My name is Billy Floyd. This is the Community Conversation Show, and tonight we have a fantastic guest joining us, a man of many, many talents. He speaks 8 languages. He's wanted in 7 different countries. The one, the only, we found all the other ones, and we killed them. This is the last Aaron Duvall. What's up, Aaron Duvall? How are you, sir?
How's it going?
What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
I'm going to work on this drum throne. To let you guys know, Aaron Duvall's actually 6'3". His drum throne started sinking while we were going through sound check. So it's a technical difficulty. It's an equipment failure. So I have the drum throne here. I'm going to be working on throughout the night, just to see if we can fix it for Mr. Aaron Duvall. It's good to see everybody. We are streaming live to a couple different areas right now. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and where else are we? Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. I was going to say Twitter. We're on X right now. We are co-streaming to the Legend of Traveling TARDIS. Huge shout out to Christian Basil for allowing us to stream to all the people out there and all the different social media platforms. They just keep getting more and more social media platforms. It's too many. It's too many. I don't even know what's going on. I can't keep up anymore. And there's some that I'm sure we should be streaming to, but we're not. I have no idea. I don't know. But it's nice to have you here, dude. Thanks for popping on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I think this is the first time you've been here that hasn't been a Friday night.
Yeah, they've all been Fridays.
Yeah, they've all been Fridays. This Friday. We're going to be here this Friday. That's actually why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. We have some cool stuff going on this Friday. I've been really fortunate. I met Aaron Duvall through my friend Bill Keevan. Bill Keevan invited me to host a comedy show over at the Sanford, Orlando Kennel Club
in Maitland.
Maitland.
I'm sorry,
Longwood. Yeah, they're Sanford Orlando Kennel Club. It is neither in Sanford or Orlando, as Bill says, and there's no dogs.
Nope, no dogs.
There's no. It's a lie in 3 different ways. But we started doing Top Dog comedy late last year. I want to say it was, because what are we in? We're in May already.
I think we started like in June
of last year.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, we're coming up to a year almost.
Yeah.
What? Top Dog comedy, man. I've met some incredible comedians through this adventure, and Aaron Duvall is the talent scout. He does all the bookings. He works with all the comedians, not only at Top Dog Comedy, but at several different places, because you're a pretty busy dude. When it comes down to it, you've been in the comedy scene for a while, and we put together a great show for this Friday night, including 3 incredible comedians that Aaron Duvall has booked for us, him being a comedian himself. But he's given the, as he says, limelight to the other comedians on Friday night, and Aaron Duvall is going to crush it in the kitchen. So I'm going to play some music. He's going to whip up some delicious treats, and then we're going to have some comedians split the set with us on Friday night. So tonight, we're here to talk to Aaron, introduce you guys to Aaron on a different level, and talk about Friday night and how the comedians are coming together, what you have in mind for the menu, which if you don't know, we love a mystery. If you have no idea, I love that 100%. But let's start with this, dude. How long have you been involved in comedy in the Central Florida area? Because you're not a new buck to this show. You've been doing this for a while.
This Thursday would be my 8-year anniversary.
Happy anniversary,
Thanks,
dude. Man. Holy smokes. So the 8-year anniversary of stepping onto the stage for the first time as a comedian, 8-year anniversary to getting into the scene. Like, what happened 8 years ago?
I walked into Carmen Villone's comedy class at it's called the Improv. Now it's the Funny Bone.
Okay.
At the Point Orlando.
Okay.
We actually are so what happens is when you take the class, you get about 12 weeks worth of teaching, how to write, how to come up with material, stuff like that. And then at the end, they give you a graduation show. So because we have so many people, we're splitting our graduation show into 2 shows. So the first one's going to be on Thursday.
Oh, nice.
So if people want to get tickets, it's at the...
And that's happening this Thursday.
This Thursday,
dude, you are a busy dude.
Yeah. I'm not in this one. I'm in the next one next week on the 21st. So, but if people want to get tickets, go to the Improv or the Funny Bone website and use code GRAD, and the tickets are free.
GRAD, kids. GRAD. And the tickets are free. You can get free tickets?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Holy smokes, bro. So you're not participating in this week's, but you are in the next class show ceremony part, because there's 2. Because the class is so big.
We had like 40 people in this class.
What was your role in here? Are you a mentor? Are you a student? Are you an educator? Are you because clearly you're 8 years in. You know, not that you ever stop learning. We never stop learning. But like, what is your role in that environment?
At this point, it's a little bit of both. I mean, I'm still trying to come out with new material, learn stuff.
Yeah.
You learn something here and there that you never thought that you would have heard of. And then I help the new people. They reach out to me and ask me, for help. And we sometimes have mentor on the side when they want.
Nice, dude. That's a. Do you like mentoring?
Yeah, I like helping them out. I like helping out the newer conks. I think they're putting the effort in. They're trying to do it. Yeah. That's why one of the conks we got on the show coming up is he's only like a year in, or less than a year, I think. And to me, he's funny. He's putting the work in. So.
Yeah, we do. We got a great lineup for Friday night. I've worked with all these comics. I've known Salty for years. Yeah. So what a character that guy is.
Aaron, yeah.
Salty Aaron. We got Hunter Martinez that's stepping in as well. And Hunter's awesome, dude. I really like Hunter. He's been a great addition to the Top Dog Comedy family. How do you know Hunter?
He's the one that's been in it for about a year.
That's what you're talking about, dude. He's funny.
He puts the effort. He puts the work in. I see him out there, all the different open mics, almost every day and night. He's just killing it.
Yeah, he's doing what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Gotcha. He's definitely sounds like he's making an impact in the community, and it takes a while. It's not one of those things that you can just kind of you can just jump into it, but there's a lot of other people jumping into it. Mm-hmm. So you have to be consistent. You got to be consistent. You got, like you said, he's out there. He's busy. He's booking shows. He's doing more and more and more. And when you get started in comedy, and I don't know if you guys know this, I didn't know this, but really, it's very similar, in my experience, to trying to get started in music in an area. You're hitting all the open mic nights. You're trying to get your name out there. You're trying to meet other artists, work with other artists, get on a set list with other artists, to get your name out there. Then you meet other musicians and you meet the community and you cross-pollinate. You just go and go and go and go. But trust me, there's not one musician in Orlando. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. So you got to go all the time, and you'll start meeting people.
Yep.
You'll meet the same people. You'll see the same people at the same open mic nights. You guys will learn how to support and encourage each other, and just kind of keeps on going, man.
Yeah.
How would you say the environment is, or the temperature is, in Orlando right now for live comedy? I mean, you've been here for 8 years. You've probably seen it change over the last 8 years, just the landscape itself, the temperature, the whole thing, especially downtown where Funny Bone is. How have you seen it change over the last 8 years in regards to how people get out of their houses and go and watch live comedy?
That's a good question, because I almost feel like Orlando's might be a little oversaturated, but it's also great for the comics, because there are so many nights you can go. There are people in cities that they want to do an open mic, like my friend Eugene. When he started, he was in Chicago, and at the time there was no place for him to go. He had to drive 3 hours one way for 5 minutes, 3 hours back. There are comics that have to do that. There are comics like in New York City, you have to pay to do an open mic, $10, $15.
Holy smokes, dude.
Yeah. So Orlando, very fortunate, because there's all these mics.
Yeah, ready.
You go for free.
And pretty good crowds.
Yeah.
A lot of these places, even on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday night, you're going to have pretty good crowds. A lot of these places have loyal crowds. They have crowds that go there every day. They're sitting at the bar. They know who they are, and it's and then you get involved in that environment. And then you meet one or two people at that venue, and you say, hey, Jim and Steve, great to see you guys. I'm actually over at this place on Thursday. If you guys want to come by, I'd love to have you. Yeah, man, you're funny. We'll follow you. And you build a following. And that's how you do it. You know?
There's an advantage to running shows, because you can do like a trade-off.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put you on my show, you put me on your show type thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you just kind of trade. You trade. Yeah. We do that. We used to do that when before KitchenKillaz, I had several different bands, but we would play in Orlando with a band from out of town, from Tallahassee, and they'd be like, dude, you come and play a show in Tallahassee. It's like, oh, hey, we have a show coming up at AKA Lounge. I need a band, man, if you want to pop on that one, and we'll trade. So you do your best there, especially when you're in charge of building the bill. You can just trade spots. We'll go to Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Tampa, South Florida, doesn't matter. And we just do our best to bring people to Orlando to get them exposed to our community as well. So there's a lot of cross-pollination. Would you say that the comedians are? Would you say there's a sense of competition in a healthy way, or would you say that the comedians understand there's enough cake for everybody? Like, how is that when it comes to the comedy realm? Like, I know live music, and sometimes the bands fight for the same venues, or there's some politics in it. I don't know how that is in Orlando in other arts.
It's pretty much the same. There's people who think that other shows or other bookers are out to get them. They hate them. They don't want them on their shows. I get that. I feel that way sometimes myself. Really? Yeah, I feel like I'm better than a lot of the comics that are just starting off or have been doing it for a bit.
Sure.
But But yeah, you get the feeling like I keep messaging this person over and over and over.
Yeah,
How come I don't?
Yeah, why aren't you? What happened? Why are you mad at me or something?
Yeah, maybe I'm not up in their face enough.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, as a person who books shows, constant messages, constant emails.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I say to myself, I need somebody, and I open up Facebook, I open up my email, the first person I see, hey, what are you doing? You want to do the show?
Yeah. You're right there.
Yeah, you're right. Unfortunately, you're right place, right time for me.
Dude, what a great environment too. Like and it's one of those things where we are so fortunate to have live venues, especially in Orlando. There's so many that you can just go to. I mean, no joke. Right here where we are, we're not that far away from downtown Orlando. You could probably throw a rock and hit 3 different places that you can go to an open mic night sometime this week. You know, like we're right around a lot of really cool areas. Copper Rocket's right down the road. They
don't do it anymore.
Oh, they stopped doing that?
Stopped doing it.
What was it? Was it the environment? Was the atmosphere? Just people not interested? Like, what was going on?
I'm not sure myself. I wasn't really privy to what was going on. My guess is the problem you run into with certain areas of Orlando, you have college kids. And so
Sure.
I went there one night, and it was just all college kids. They didn't care. They didn't want to do anything with the comedy. They just wanted to be loud and macho.
Yeah, college
so
kids.
it's and if it's benefiting the bar too, if they're making money from it.
Comedy's an intellectual art, my friends. So, you know, if it's not funny to you, you didn't get it. It's not for you, dude. You know, that's one of my favorite things about comics. Like some of them, especially the ones at Top Dog, we've worked with a lot. You booked a lot of different comics at Top Dog, man. A lot of really, really cool people. Just some really great performers, some great comics, and they really are in their own. They've found themselves. You know, and it's cool to see comics develop their act. It's very, very interesting to see that happen. And again, it's a different world for me. So it was really nice to be able to step into that and feel kind of home. Like, yeah, man, I've played plenty of gigs in a small, dark room where there's more band members than there are audience members. You know, you're going to have some of that, you know, and like same for comics. You know, so you kind of wind up performing for each other. You know, like, hey, Aaron, great to see you again, man. Hey, you got any new material? Oh, yeah, I've been working on this one thing. Like, I'm going to do it tonight. Dude, I'm so excited. I got a new one. I don't know if I should try it. You should totally try it, man. Like, you know, so it's very interesting to see that. And maybe that's just a Top Dog, but it's pretty healthy. You know, there's just some cool people. We were just talking about Blake Butler yesterday. Michelle was like, who's the 11 cocaine guy? And I was just so funny, man. We were cracking up, dude. Just absolutely cracking up. You know, and it's there's some really good people. You know, good people.
There are some comics like Blake Butler, Eric Lutz.
Oh, dude, Eric is hilarious.
There were a few comics I remember when I started off. They were absolutely horrible.
Oh wow!
I can see the progression of how they got Eric.
You can see him grow.
Eric used to be horrible at it. He got really. He got much better.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, like Eric struggles with his own.
He's blind.
His own struggles, you know. Yeah. So it's so interesting that he bakes that into his comedy.
Yeah,
he's so funny, and everybody loves him. Everybody and he's just a funny dude. He's learned how to make that comedy so humorous, and he provides it and he presents it really well. He's a good performer. He's he's really good. Tyler, can I borrow you for a second? Yes, sir. This is a technical thing. Listen, we're doing it live.
Doing it live.
This collapsed on Aaron. I've been trying to raise it back up, but I can't do both at the same time. I'm struggling. Tyler, yeah. Aaron Duvall, Tyler. He asked me.
I've met Tyler before.
Yeah. Aaron Duvall asked me a little early. He's like, "Do you play drums?" I mean, I can, but who's the real drummer? That's Tyler Garrison. That's a bad dude right there. So if you guys are looking for a badass drummer, and what else do? You do guitar, you play bass, and you sing.
Sometimes play piano. I pretend I can sing.
Piano, guitar, bass, drums, and a little piano. I'm going to say it twice because it's so awesome. And he pretends to sing.
I play a triangle.
Yeah? How long have you been playing the triangle for,
kazoo.
Dude? Dude, you rock a kazoo? Don't play with a kazoo. Listen, if you guys are looking for a fantastic addition to some incredible energy, a kazoo is incredible. That's awesome. Really bringing the ruckus, bro.
Electric kazoo with that.
The electric kazoo. Hooked up to like a 4x10 Harkey cab. Just rocking, dude. I got a Mark III amplifier on there. We're just kazooing like nobody's ever kazooed before. And Karen Horowitz says, and he bakes snickerdoodles. I think he's talking about Tyler.
Tyler, yeah.
Talking about Tyler bakes some snickerdoodles. So I'm excited to have been introduced to the environment of comedy from Bill. And Bill and Tracy were fantastic. It was great meeting you. It was really funny. I didn't know you and Christian Basil were friends. I had no idea. Had no clue. And then I was just like, wait a minute, what's going on here? I was like, this is awesome, bro. I've known Christian for years, one of my good buddies. So it was cool to see not only that environment, but the number of comics that are just happy. And some of these comics, they put in some miles to come and perform for 10 minutes. 10 minutes as a set, as like a set for a beginning comic. Is that a pretty long time, or is that a fairly short time?
That's actually, I would say that would be showcase level. So, like, if you think of a new comic will come out and they'll have like 5 minutes.
Gotcha.
5 minutes, and it's hard for them. They're trying to work it out.
Yeah.
And if they get up to 10 minutes within that first year, that's pretty good.
Yeah, people don't realize how long 5 minutes is until it's just you and a microphone.
Oh, yeah.
Like 5 minutes, a long time. Long time. And so what is the longest window of comedy that you have done, that you've performed?
30 minutes.
Was that how do you, when you prepare for 30 minutes, do you have a natural flow of jokes that you're trying to get through? Do you talk off the cuff and you kind of link them? How do you do that? A 30-minute set, how do you build? With a musician, I build a 30-minute set based on the audience, how we're feeling, the kind of people, the other bands. But how do you do it as a comic, you?
It's kind of a mix.
Yeah.
I have a flow that I go through. If I see something isn't working well, I'll
kind of divert.
Yeah, divert. You have
Gotcha.
to.
So if you feel something didn't land the way it should land, then you're like, cool, let me go ahead and adjust this, because the audience may be a little different, the temperature may be a little different, or they're just not feeling that. Some people, every comic's going to have their off night, man. Every comic's going to have their on night, So it's like they're not all winners and they're not all losers, but and sometimes you don't even know what you're getting into, I imagine. You're like, all right, let's see how the crowd is.
Sometimes you don't know what you're getting into when you're working for a booker, because sometimes the bookers don't know what's going on.
They have no idea either.
No idea.
They're just booking the show.
Yeah, they have no idea how to set up a show, run a show. I mean, I went to a show last year during the summer, and the sound was not great. They had the speakers set back from the edge of the stage.
Oh, nope. So
we had to move the speakers up.
Yep, 100%. Oh, so they just don't know.
Yeah, they said no.
Gotcha. How did you get, so from standing on stage and as a comedian and working with the classes that you worked with, how did you get into booking shows? Because that's a jump. Like, how did you start booking shows, from being a comic that got booked to being the booker that books the comics?
Well, I know a lot of comics are bookers themselves. And when you do it a bunch of times, you kind of see what the process is. And I started asking questions.
Right.
And then a bar reached out to me about 3 years ago and asked me to run shows for them.
Okay.
And I took Carmen with me. I said, hey, man, I need your help setting up this first one. And then once I got into the rhythm,
once you saw, cool, here's the formula we're going to use, you just started kind of leaning into it.
Yep.
Because you book and you perform at various comic clubs around Orlando.
Yep.
Do you try to keep to Orlando mainly, or do you travel outside of Orlando as well?
I mean, with the price of gas, I try to keep my neighborhood
Bro,
right now.
Right? I think I saw it the other day. It was like $472. It's bonkers, man. Like, that's nuts, dude. It's so locally, because you're pretty busy, and I see you posting all the time. You're hosting this comedy show over here. You're performing this comedy show over here. You even have something coming up with Funny Bone next week. You're performing,
next week,
right?
21st. Yep.
Nice, dude. So is this every week on your 5-day Monday through Friday? How often do you fill those days with some type of open mic or a show or booking a show?
At bare minimum, I try to do 2.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Monday night, except for tonight, because I wanted to do this.
What's up? Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, no problem.
It's great to have you, dude.
We do our comedy class.
Okay.
Right now we're in what's called dress rehearsal. The newer comics are doing their thing, so they're ready for this Thursday for their show.
Okay.
So it's okay if I skip. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then Thursdays I'll try to hit up the open mic at the Funny Bone, because they have a Funny Bone while they're doing the main show in the main room. They have a side room they do open mics. And if I can get out somewhere else, like I said, man, every day of the week there's someplace you can do a show.
Yeah, for sure, man. How did you find yourself attracted to the art of comedy?
I've always been into it.
Yeah.
Even before I thought about doing comedy, I was thinking about it, like writing jokes down. I found an app that I used years ago. It had jokes in it from 2014.
Nice.
I forgot that I was even writing stuff down.
You're like, oh, shit. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. And then I decided to go to an open mic one night.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know who Preacher Lawson is.
No.
Preacher Lawson is a local Orlando comic that started here. He went on America's Got Talent.
Okay.
Now he's an international touring comedian.
He's crushing it.
Oh, he's killing it.
Good.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, when let's name that bar.
What's his name?
Preacher Lawson.
Preacher Lawson.
Yeah. He was on America's Got Talent. Very funny guy. That's him right there.
Gotcha. I'm just bringing him up so I can understand who we're talking about. Oh yeah, he's busy.
Yep.
He's going to Canada.
Yep.
No way. He's even got May 29th. 2 shows on May 29th. 2 shows on May 30th. May 31st. Okay, even more. May 30th, 31st. Here's in July. 2 shows on July 10th. 2 shows July 11th in North Carolina. He's going up to Utah. Looks like he's got 4 shows in Utah. He's hitting Nevada. Yeah, he's in Vegas. He's doing it at the Link Las Vegas Hotel. That's awesome. He's in Missouri. What's going on here? That's awesome, man. Back to Georgia, Las Vegas again. Back to Las Vegas. Back to Connecticut. That's awesome, man. Oh, he's busy, bro. Look, this guy's booked the whole year.
Yeah, and his brother and his mom do it with him too now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. 1% of tickets left in the North Carolina one. Almost totally gone. Nice, dude. Good for Preacher Lawson, man. And he's local. He's from.
He's originally from here. He doesn't live here anymore. I think he's out in California now.
Okay. But he started. This is where he cut his teeth. He started in Orlando.
Yeah. The coffee shop that they do on Sunday, it was closing down. Roads expansions.
Sure.
And him and the original owner decided to reopen it up down the road, and he's now co-owner of it. So
hell yeah.
They're doing open mics again on Sunday.
Oh, that's awesome. How cool. What's up, Dana Ricker? Good to see you, dude. Speaking of Canada, what up, Dana Ricker? Good to see you. Karen Horowitz Schwartz in the house. It's great to see everybody. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Most certainly appreciate it. My name is Billy Floyd. Aaron Duvall is actually 6'3", but we had a technical failure with our drum throne. It just collapsed, so he's in a regular folding chair. But you'll see him on Friday. He's a gargantuan man, a man of epic proportions. And Friday, we're going to be right here. We have 3 incredible comedians. We have Hunter Martinez, we have Salty Aaron, and we have a 3rd comedian coming in.
Trevor Ocock.
I just wanted you to say his name. I didn't know if there was an apostrophe or not,
No.
So I was like, because, I think of like O'Brien, O'Neill, O'Douls, there's always the apostrophe. Now, we've performed with Trevor, with Hunter, and with Salty, at Top Dog Comedy. I've met all 3 of these guys, all of them independently and equally hilarious. They're all really good, man. And I'm always interested in the stories. So, how did Salty Aaron get involved in comedy? And I've been doing podcasts with him for a while. How did Hunter Martinez get? And he's new. Great. Trevor Ocock is so cool, man. I really like his style of comedy. I'm excited to have him here on Friday night.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. We've never done a concept like this before, and this kind of came from about 1.5 years ago. We had a flamenco night where we had flamenco dancers come in, an entire flamenco team, and we bought the flooring that they needed. We put the flooring in this room right here, and they performed 30 minutes of a flamenco dance, and there was 8 of them. Live violinist or a fiddle just crushed it right here. It was fantastic. So, and we really had a great time. It was my good friend Joni Rodriguez, and she got with her troupe right here. They perform at Dr. Phillips as well, and they came in and crushed it here. Later that night, somebody said, man, this is such a true variety show. You guys could do anything you want. You could even have a comedy night. Yep. And at that time, I had never done comedy in my life. I had never done it. I would have loved to do that. I love it. I just think it's so much fun. Here Bill's like, hey, man, would you host this thing? It's comedy night. Bill, I've never done comedy in my life, man. He's like, you just need to host. You'll crush it. Had a great time. Loved it to pieces. And I'm really glad you brought the idea. And you're like, hey, man, I'd love to do a comedy night. You brought it full circle, Aaron. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here, man.
I want to tell you, man, you have what I would consider raw, unpolished talent. If you wanted to get into comedy, I'm pretty sure you'd be good at it.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You
awesome.
When you host the shows, you do great just on your own without having any formal training or all.
No. I've been performing my whole life. I've been on stage since I was a little kid. I know how to fill time. And then it's funny. I know how to read an audience. It's like reading people is a talent. It's a skill to learn about. And I'm still an amateur. I don't know what I'm doing up there. I'm just having a good time. Right. But I learn from every comedy every comic that stands on that stage, I just watch them and I learn, and I watch their mannerisms. Like there's a guy named Zach something. He is hilarious.
Zach Hessen.
Dude, he is one of my favorites. I love Zach Hessen. He is fantastic. I learned so much from Zach, from Blake, from Trevor, from Hunter, from Salty, from you, from Bill. I just learned so much, man. So I try to absorb as much as possible, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
You know, and it's such a different experience from being a musician, because as a musician, I only have to fill 30 seconds. I have a 3.5 minute song coming up, and that song will carry me for 3.5 minutes. Then I have another 30 seconds. So I only have to fill like little 30-second windows with comedy or engagement or chatter, banter, whatever. But being up there with no guitar, it's just you and the microphone.
Yeah.
You know, and just be true to yourself, I would say. Like, I think some people try really, really hard to be funny. And I think there's a lot of natural humor in people. I think the way they carry themselves, the way they act, the little nuances and picadillos that make them a unique individual is what's going to make them, I feel, a unique comedian. You know, and some people they polish it too much, or they don't lean into their personality traits. Eric is a great example.
Yes.
He leans into it. You know, he makes it funny. You know, which is really good. How would you say if I'm not if somebody wanted to get started in comedy and they said, man, I'd really love to do it. I've been to a couple open mic nights and I think I can do this. What is their first step? What's a good first step for them to take?
There's one or two things they can do. If they have the extra money, take a class. There's a lot of banter with comics. There's some that are pro class, some are against the class. I would say take a class. It's going to help you. It's going to give you a head start.
Yeah.
If you don't have the money to start the class, study some comics. Find a comic you like, study them. Study how their timing is, study the words they use. If that's your style that you want to try, go ahead and try it. Get up on it, write down a few jokes. Even if it's just 2 or 3 jokes, find an open mic, bite the bullet, and get up there.
Try it.
You're going to be scared. Everybody's scared the first couple of times.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a vulnerable thing.
Yeah.
You know, you are on stage under the light and nobody else is speaking but you. And if you can get through that if you can push through that veil of fear, on the other side is potential genius. You know, like, you've got to get through it. Like you said, bite the bullet.
Yep. Just
get up there. You're going to have good nights. You're going to have bad nights, man. You know, you're going to have nights that the jokes land. You're going to have nights that it feels like everything flopped. You know, like, just don't give up. Just keep on going. But that's good. Like, go to an open mic night. Find a comic you like. Study them. Go to an open mic night. If you've never been, go and just sit. Order a drink and watch.
Find out the process of doing an open mic. Ask questions.
Yeah, just get up there and, okay, cool, I'm seeing people come over here and they're signing up. Okay, cool. Hey, how do you get involved? Oh, you know, we start the sign-ups at 6:30.
Right.
Come on in and put your name down, and, you know, everybody gets, 3 minutes, 5 minutes?
Usually it's 5.
Yeah. 5 minutes is a pretty long time for somebody just getting started.
Yeah. You don't have to do all 5.
Yeah. Do as long as you want. Try a couple jokes and, you know, have a good exit. Nice and easy. Nothing too crazy. And that's the thing. I think it's just getting started. You know, get started, because that 5 minutes real quick, you can turn into 10 minutes. Yeah. And like Aaron said, that's a showcase. You know, now you're on a showcase. You know, so what's after a showcase? What if you did a 30-minute block of time? What would that be in like a night of comedy? Because we could do 3 comics in 30 minutes, but if you have 30 minutes, is that a different tier than a showcase?
That's called a feature, and usually features, they won't do it unless they're getting paid.
Sure, that makes sense.
Unless it's like charity or something, but it's feature. And the next after that is headliner.
Gotcha.
Because headliners do 45 to an hour.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So an opener, very similar. It's so similar to music. If there were 3 bands, the opener would come in and do 30 minutes. The direct support would do 45 minutes, and the headliner would do like an hour. You know, just in music. You know, it sounds like similar.
For comics, there's the host.
Yeah.
They'll usually do about 5 minutes up front. They get to warm the crowd up.
Sure.
Then they have a guest spot, which is a newer comic usually. They come out and do 5 minutes.
Okay.
Then from there they go into the feature. And then from there, they go into the headliner.
Nice. Awesome. Wow. Nice. So that's about 2 hours,
Put everything
together?
Put it all together, it's about an hour to an hour and a half. It shouldn't be more than an hour and a half.
Really? So that would be a night. So that's why Top Dog Comedy start at 6 o'clock, end at 8:30, or start at 6:30, end at 8 o'clock. Yeah, 6:30 to 8. Yeah. So that's that hour and a half that we go to. That makes perfect sense. Nice, dude. You know, it's a Dana Ricker. Good to see you. Phil, 30 seconds. Sounds like my sex life. Get out of here. Dana's a comedian. He's actually an incredible musician also. This guy plays fucking everything, and he'll teach you how to make maple syrup. So it's also reflect on Nate Bargatze. Are you a fan of Nate Bargatze?
I'm gonna be honest. I know the name. I've never watched him.
This guy's. I like Nate Bargatze. I think he's absolutely hilarious. He's really, really good. There's a bunch of clips online you can find. He's a super funny guy. But if I wanted to reflect on Nate Bargatze, I love his comedy. I love his timbre. He's very like very simple speaking, but it just lands. It just hits hard. You know, he's not a Dane Cook where he's losing his mind all over the place. You know, he's not a Dave Chappelle. You know, where he has like that kind of like that push on his voice where he can really dig into it and make it funny. Or Jim Gaffigan, he has that high-pitched falsetto that he always hits when he wants to make something funny.
Right.
Nate is very flat across the board, man. Not as much as a Mitch Hedberg, you know, but dude, awesome. But Nate is so funny, and he talks about the simplest things. I love his comedy. So, I give him a 9 out of 10, bro. 9 out of 10. Nobody gets a 10 out of 10 except for Aaron Duvall.
Yeah, I'm Mitch. I like Mitch Hedberg, but right now, alive, I would say Jim Gaffigan.
Gaffigan cracks me up, bro.
I love the dark humor of Anthony Jeselnik.
Oh, dude.
He's the only
he had a
one
show. Remember, he had a show on
on
Comedy Central for a while. It was the Jeselnik something, and it did not do well because he was so dark.
Yeah, he's on Netflix now. Love it.
Yeah, Anthony Jeselnik's hilarious, bro. He's good. He's good. Mitch Hedberg was good. Yeah. You know, Jim Gaffigan, he cracks me up, man. He gets me right to the funny bone. You know?
If you're funny, you're funny. I just like watching a comic. A lot of times I don't even know who they are. Lavelle Crawford was just at the Funny Bones. Okay. Very funny.
Okay. Man, and now there's another place in Point Orlando, and that's a pretty big place.
That's the Funny Bone.
That's the funny. That's what you're talking about. It's upstairs. Yeah. So like the theater is upstairs, the big
second level.
Regal Theater, and the second level, and there that's right, because I always see the placards.
Yep.
You know, David Siebold is one of, or Devin Siebold.
Devin Siebold, yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my friends. We've been friends for a long time.
I didn't know
man.
You were friends with Devin.
Yeah, we've known each other for years,
Devin
dude.
For a while too.
Yeah, for years, man. You know, I've known Devin for a long time. I've watched that guy come a long way. You know, he's so funny. You know, it was actually played at a comedy show in Polk County. I opened as a musician last year, and Devin was the headliner.
Oh wow!
You know, so super cool, man. That was. I love Devin. He's so smart.
He mentored me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, what a great mentor, man.
Yeah.
Devin's no joke. He's hilarious. You know, I followed him online for a while as well. Now they started a new thing on Instagram where they started doing like theme park stuff.
Like Disney, yes.
Yeah. Because he did the board teachers, you know, like he kicked that whole thing off, which is fantastic. So he had some amazing reels where he's just crushing short stories, crushing reels, crushing videos, and then just to see him live was a lot of fun, you know. And I've known Devin for a bit. Devin's a good dude.
I'd known Devin before I started doing comedy. I went to a couple of his shows and I followed him and talked to him here and there, and it's just he's another one where I met him when he was at rock bottom, and he's touring around the world. Around the world,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when he posts, like, because they'll do stage shots, you know, after the show.
Yep.
And there's not a dry seat in the house, man. Like, everybody is sitting back there. Everybody. And, like, it's 4 tiers. And I'm like, bro, crushing it, dude. Devin's funny. Got to tell you, man, we're really fortunate. I'm really fortunate to be in such a community of creative people and have it, like, 1 degree away from success. 1 degree away from world tour, 1 degree away from a national tour, like right there, you know. So it's like you said, you can have a seat at the table if it's what you want to do. You know, if it's what you want to do, you can get a seat at the table. It's free. Go to a open mic night, man. Find one in your local city. Go to an open mic night. Sit there, grab a drink, sit at the bar, and watch. If you want to learn about it, just watch one evening. Go and see, like you said, see how it works.
Even so, like if you're not like wanting to perform,
yeah.
You want a cheap date night?
Yeah.
It's great. It's funny to watch the good comics. It's funny to watch the bad comics.
Dude, it's
bomb.
There's been a couple times, I'm not going to bring up any names, but man, there's been a couple times where I'm sitting off stage watching the stage, and I'm going, oh man, like, bro, like, dude, and sometimes it's like you see them desperately trying to come back from underneath the water, and normally the only thing they do is bury themselves deeper. You know, it's just like every now and then you're going to have a night like that.
Yep.
You know, you're going to have, and that's your 10 minutes, no big deal. The cool thing is, a lot of times the other people that are there at the show, they're there with you. They get it. They've all been there, dude. We've all been there. You know, you might get the light. Usually, if you see the flash of the light at the back of the gig, you got 1 minute.
Yep.
If you're doing real bad, you're gonna see that light real quick.
Yep.
How often would you say you give somebody an early light?
Not a whole lot, really.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine so.
Because I get it. I was there. I was new. I stunk too. And if you like them early, they're not going to learn.
Yeah.
So I'd like to give them their chance.
Yeah, for sure.
But if it's to a point where the audience is like getting up and walking away.
Starting to lose the audience. Can't do that.
They're talking. They're looking at their phone.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Once that distraction goes away, once you lose your audience, it's real hard to get it back.
Hard to get it back, and if you're at that level of comedy, chances are you don't know how to get it back yet.
Yeah, to be able to pull something like that back from the depths of destruction is nearly impossible. And you got to be, from my opinion, you got to be real good. You got to have a great hook to get them re-engaged with you because they've already disconnected, and that's tough. So before you start losing the audience, you give the light, pull them off, get the host back up there. Cool, everybody's chill. Go grab a drink, whatever you're going to do. Come back. We got Aaron Duvall coming up right after this. Nice, dude. Have you ever followed a comedian that just bombed, and compared to how did it feel to follow a comedian that just crushed it?
Both are bad.
Yeah.
Both are bad.
Really? So following a comedian that bombed, you have to pull the crowd back now.
You have to pull the crowd back.
Oh, no way. You don't get to start fresh at zero again.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
No.
I thought, okay, well, I just learned something right there.
And then
Tracy Perry, good to see you, Tracy Perry in the house. Bad comics. Oh, it's painful. It's painful.
I follow the comic.
Does Aaron meet the minimum height requirement for this show? Yes.
No.
Aaron is actually he's a gargantuan man. He's massive, but we had a technical failure with our drum throne. It just collapsed. It's not Aaron's fault. It's my fault 100%. Lovely to see you as well, Tracy Perry. Who is the next Robin Williams? That comedian that is almost impossible to keep. That comedian that's almost impossible. That's great. We will get there in a second. That's a great question. I got to say that's a great question. So you were saying you got to pull the crowd back.
Yeah.
So if you go up after a comedian that bombed, they're scattered.
You got to work for it. You got to bring it. Yeah.
Really?
You're pulling teeth.
Oh man, that's tough, dude. So they're both tough. Going after a comedian that just crushed it. The energy's high. They expect you to come out.
Yeah, they expect you
and just crushing it too.
I followed Jake Clark, who's an Orlando comic. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's great, and I was doing my best, and people were kind of not engaged. Like, who's this guy? Get him off the stage.
Bring the other dude back.
Yeah, bring Jake back.
When you see something like that, do you try to? I think if I was in that position, I would try to dial into why they think Jake is funny. Okay, they think Jake's funny because of this, and I don't want to be too different if I have to follow him, but I still want to be me. Mm-hmm. So let me see how I can bring that energy. Oh, they think Jake's funny for these reasons. How can I blend that into me and have a seamless transition into my comedy? How do we do that?
You could try that, but it all comes down to your style versus his style. His style's different than mine. He's very energetic. So he's very off the cuff. He's great with crowd work.
Well, that brings me a question. How much of that responsibility falls on the booking agent to book them properly and put them in the right order?
A lot.
Yeah. You have to know your comics.
Yes. That's why when I book the shows for the Kennel Club show, I mix my comics in a way that they will complement each other with a strong finisher and a strong opener. Yeah,
that's, bro, you got to have that sandwich. Yeah. Have a strong opener, a strong finisher. It's like whatever happens here, hopefully it's good, but at least you know that you're going to finish the show strong. It's very, very similar with musicians. Like if I have a night of music, even the night on Friday, just trying to figure out how to stage everything together for blocks of time to make sure that the energy is a good flow of energy and end on a high note. So I imagine with comics, very similar. You got to know, you especially like you were talking about with styles, with how they engage with the audience itself. And it's like, if you get that off, then you can be an Aaron Duvall following a Jake Clark, and that can be apparently a little difficult because his energy was totally different than yours. Gotcha, man. How that's such a challenging thing. How would you, if you were a comedian following a big somebody just crush it, how would you recommend that next comedian step on stage? What would you recommend that they do to feel confident in following a strong comedian?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know if there's a whole lot that you can do. Because if they're a good comedian, they're going to be good. They're going to know what to do. They're going to bring the crowd around to their style if they can. Yeah. This was just one of those things where Jake is phenomenal. He's way better than I am, and I have nothing to say. It's not for me to blame. The person who booked it probably should have thought about putting him up last because he's such a good comic.
Yeah, I mean, you do your style.
Yeah,
100%, man. It's like it's one of those things, and that's what I was asking, because I imagine a lot of that responsibility falls on the booking agent. Whoever's booking that show out, they know Aaron Duvall's comedy, they know Blake's comedy, they know Zach's comedy, they know Brian's comedy, they know Jake's comedy, and I'm gonna align them properly so it's a good escalation to a great, like you said, good opener, strong finisher. Like, if you can do that, you're going to have a good show.
Yeah, you don't want to put, like, a comic who's, like, super energetic. The next guy goes up, like, Mitch Hedberg.
No, you can't do that.
Mitch is funny and all, but it's just a transition of the style of energy.
Exactly. And if it's too drastic, you can lose the audience.
Yeah.
It's fragile, man.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, and for those of you that have performed, you know how fragile the energy of the audience can be. You know how quick you can lose them and how hard it is to get them back. Like, you can hook them quick too, but man, you can lose them faster.
Yeah.
It's tough. And especially when you're talking a night with multiple personalities, multiple people, multiple comedians, man, to keep the energy going all night long, it's like a dance. This comedian is following this comedian, is following this comedian. They're learning from each other in real time. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen a comedian go off their script and divert to another form of comedy to re-engage the audience. And from my understanding, what I've seen happen is once they feel they're starting to lose the audience, I've watched comedians ask a global question. How many people out there have kids? They're looking to get so many people involved in a very vague question, a big umbrella of a question. How many people have been to Disney? Then all these hands go up. It's like, cool, now I'm re-engaging.
Yeah, it's crowd working. Doing crowd work can be a way of re-engaging the audience. Get their attention. Hey, we're talking about this. I'm talking to you about it. And then you can, like, get them engaged.
Yeah.
Have them answer their question, turn it into a joke.
Yeah. And turn it into a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then hopefully turn that into another joke.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Man, what a flow. And I got to ask this because we're going to go back to this. Dana Ricker, who is the next Robin Williams, that comedian that's almost impossible to keep up with? So who do you think is the next real big act that's out there now that is about to become, one of the next global superstars in comedy?
Man, there's a couple here in Orlando. I can't say outside the Orlando scene, but Central Florida. Well, one in Melbourne, Chris Robinson's very funny comic. He is just leaps and bounds. He started when I did, and he already owns his own comedy club.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
over in Melbourne.
Good job, dude.
Yeah, so Chris Robinson is going to be really good. There's a comic named Aaron Belial out of Canada.
Okay.
I did a couple mics here when he came and visited, but he got on.
Out of where?
Out of Canada.
Dana, that's where you are, bro. He's in Canada. What's his name?
Aaron Belial. It's Ahren or Arhen Belial. He's a mute comic. He does everything through his phone.
No shit.
Yeah, he's very funny.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. How creative to use that as a way to, like, propel your own style of comedy. What a brave dude. That's number one. It takes courage to get up on that stage in the first place. Anybody that steps on stage and grabs a microphone and talks in front of people, you immediately have my respect right away. Doesn't mean you're a good comic, but you got my respect.
He quit a $120,000 a year engineering job to be a comic because he loves it so much.
Good for him, man.
All over the place.
Good for him, dude. Hell yeah. See, it is possible, man. You can get out of the rat race if you want to. Find something you love and don't ever stop, man. Don't ever stop. A fan of Stephen Wright, the driest of one-liners.
I love Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright's hilarious.
It's funny you mentioned. She's been on our show, Emily Carlton.
Dude, Emily's hilarious, dude.
She's got that. She's one of the few people that can pull that off.
Yeah, because not everybody can do it. Like, she does it so naturally. I really feel that that's just like her natural predisposition.
It is. That's her natural self.
That's who she is. Like, she's not acting.
No.
And she's turned it into something brilliant. And I think you kind of hit it on the head earlier where you were talking about finding yourself. You got to find your voice. You got to find your personality on stage. You have to find your style. Yeah. And that takes time. And like you said, if you want to get started, write one joke down. Just one joke. Just something that you think is funny. Dude, it could be anything. And I guarantee you, when you start looking for jokes to write, you'll see how funny the world around you is. You really will. There's hilarious shit that happens all the time everywhere because humans are hilariously crazy. So just open your eyes and watch. It's going to be everywhere, but write one joke.
One joke, try it out, see how it works.
Try it out,
Run
see how it
on
works.
your friends.
Yeah.
See how it works.
Yeah. Dude, And exactly, try it on your friends. Just do it in normal conversation and just see how you feel. You know, like the feeling of something like that is kind of intoxicating for me. You know, when I play music and I'm singing with the people in the crowd, when we're singing along, when you can tell that you're moving them, you're touching their heart, that is intoxicating because that's from real world shit. You know, when you're a comedian, you're standing on stage and everybody's engaged and everybody's laughing and everybody's having a good time. You know what they're not thinking about? They're not thinking about their taxes. They're not thinking about the bullshit at work. They're not thinking about their troubles at home. They're not thinking about any of that stuff. You guys are all together and just sharing in the jubilee of comedy.
Yep.
And it's such a blessing and an amazing ability. It's definitely something to be appreciated. You know, so it's fun to watch these comedies or these comedians just wrap the whole audience into something brilliant. You know, so there's a couple for you, Dana, right there, man. Tracy Perry says, Gary Gulman is my absolute favorite. Super smart humor, not vulgar, hilarious. He just happens to be a friend and, well, someone I dated. Of course. I've dated so many men. Tracy Perry's hilarious.
Yeah. She tried doing the mics once.
She did. I thought she did great.
Yeah, she got to try again.
I thought she did great. I'm surprised she hasn't gotten up again. She's naturally funny. So, Tracy, you have all three. Well, all four. Well, all five. You're brilliant. You're tall. You're funny. You're hot. And the other one I can't say because it's not after 9:30. And Bill will get mad at me. Bill would agree, but he might get mad. You know, I don't want him getting mad. This is all Aaron's idea, by the way.
Wait, no. I do not condone the opinions of this show.
I do not condone. This is Billy's thoughts and opinions. This is not the overall opinion of Aaron Duvall or Tom.
I am not getting canceled.
Dana Ricker says, is there a go-to joke that always gets him? Like, is there something normally that you can lean on? Or is there a go-to joke that you feel resonates with people that you have? And it's kind of weird to put somebody on the spot like, hey, tell us your best joke because timing is everything in comedy, dude. You can't hit them with your best joke until they're ready to be hit with your best joke. You know, like you got to warm them up a little bit, man. You know, Steven Tyler and Aerosmith, they didn't just come right out and play their greatest smash. You got to build them up to it. They give them some good ones, you know, but at the very end, that's when now you got them in. Now they're warmed up and they're part of it. That's where your great joke is going to come. So if you want to see the go-to joke, Dana, you got to check out Aaron Duvall. And I know you're in Canada, so talk to your Canadian dude. What was his name? The comedian.
Oh, Aaron Belial.
Talk to Aaron Belial.
Get me on. Don't open for him.
That's what I'm saying. Tell him, ask him, get Aaron Duvall up there, and you can get Aaron's go-to joke. You know, you don't just give that stuff out for free.
No.
You're a professional, sir.
It's like, you're a musician.
Yeah.
People just walk up to you and say, play a song for me at work.
Play monkey. Do it.
Dance, monkey.
Do it. So sometimes that does happen. Like I'm pretty private. Like I'm very separate at work. Like at work, I'm an IT guy. I'm not a kitchen killer, Billy Floyd. I don't do anything like that. But I do have a guitar in my office because I'm in my office a lot. So I during downtime or during lunchtime, my guitar's right there. If I get hit with inspiration, I have a guitar right there. So there's sometimes that one of the guys actually looked me up one time because he heard me singing in the office. And he comes in the next day, and I didn't know he did this. He comes in the next day, he's like, dude. I go, what's up, man? He goes, you're good. And I go, what are you talking about? I have no idea what's going on right now. He's like, I heard you singing yesterday in your office. And I go, nah, this guy's got to be somebody. So I Googled you. And I went, oh. I'm going to hide now. You guys have a good time. He's like, can you play me something? I go, right now? He's like, yeah, man, play me something. I was like, dude, go do your thing. Come back in a little bit, and I'll play you something. He's like, you can't just do it right now? And I go, bro. Get out of here. He's like, okay.
Yeah, I don't perform well on the spot.
Nah, I don't do that. You know, like, it's different. I will say if it's a cute girl, maybe. You know, but Todd O'Neill, and now Todd and I are best buddies, and I would perform. I love Todd. You know, the real deal Todd O'Neill. What's up, dog? If you want anything sold, Todd O'Neill's your man, ToddO'Neill.com. That's not a real website, but it should be. But yeah, I've gotten that demand a couple times. You know, like, I was very similar with fixing computers. Yep. People call me on the phone for two reasons. They need me to play music, or they picked up their computer and they need me to fix it. And that's why I get phone calls.
I get it too.
Yeah. It's the way it works, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's the roles that we fill in our lives. You know, it's a Dana Ricker says, "What do you do if the joke you knew would work but failed?"
I go and drink beer and question the choices I made that led up to that moment.
Why am I here?
Exactly.
What did I do this for?
There's been instances where I can think of one show I did in particular. It was at a cigar lounge, and all the other comics that were there, it's not to say they're bad, but I felt like I was better than them as comics. Sure. And they went up and crushed.
Yeah.
And I went up and I bombed my ass off.
It's a humbling experience.
I'm like, why am I here?
Who am I? Who is Aaron Duvall?
Are people drugged? What's going on?
Why am I here? Man, that's it's interesting. I played a lot of music in my life, a lot of shows, and I played a bunch of open mic nights too, and there's a lot of beginners, listen, when you start anything, you're going to suck. Like when you first start playing music, you're going to be terrible. That's okay. When you first start to try to be a comedian, you're going to have off nights, man. You're going to suck. You're going to be bad. It's okay. You're supposed to. That's the whole point. Like you were saying, you don't give them the light right away. You got to give them a little time to learn, to understand what it feels like.
Yeah.
Give them an opportunity to pull it back.
Yeah, maybe they will.
Maybe they will. Maybe they'll surprise you, and you're like, oh shit, they just turned the whole thing around.
Yep.
I imagine that's happened a couple times.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you still kind of surprised when that does happen?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that difficult.
Yeah.
Man, listen, comedy ain't easy, baby. Now, I will say the professionals online, they make it look easy. They make it look easy. These people have been working on the joke that you heard for the very first time. They've been working on for 10 years, for 20 years. They've been working on. Some people work on these jokes for decades.
Yeah.
Because everything is timing and breathing and presentation. Everything, it's so fragile. But when you nail it, you nail it.
I did a show once with a comedian named Marcus Crespo. He used to be here in Orlando. Now he's in Jacksonville, I believe, or Tallahassee. Anyway, we did a show together in Daytona, and every person that went up was just pulling teeth. And he's like one of the funniest, most energetic comics I've ever seen. It took him 20 minutes to get the people on his side.
Oh, how arduous, bro!
Yeah.
What a task.
It's like you're bombing. I didn't know this was possible because you're so good.
Yeah, and if you guys, and again, 20 minutes doesn't sound like a long time when you're watching a good movie. But man, when you're standing on stage in front of 500 people and nobody gives a shit what you're talking about, and you're bombing, man, that 20 minutes feels like 20 years, bro.
Yeah.
It feels like such a long time. And it's interesting because I see a lot of comics do this when they're on stage. And for me personally, as a performer, I never do this. I never, ever do that. They'll always check their time. Let me see how much time I have left. That tells me you don't want to be here. And that's how I feel.
Actually, I would say no. It's probably because they're trying to be respectful to the light.
Yeah.
Because some shows don't time you, but they say it's 5 minutes.
Really?
5 minutes. They don't time. They don't. It's a bad.
So now they may not stop you.
Yeah, they might not.
They just expect you to know when your 5 minutes is over.
You know, right? So I actually record my set, put my phone down.
Sure.
And I'll look down and see where the time is.
Watch the timer.
But or some comics, they'll have their set on their watch. And they'll look at it
gotcha.
Memorize it.
I've seen some with, they'll have a piece of paper. They're like, hold on, guys. I'm working on a new one. I'm going to grab it real quick. I'm still learning. Let me pull it up real quick. And they'll pull it up.
That's a pet peeve for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, or sometimes they'll work it into their set. It's very interesting to see because I get it. It's like trying to remember lyrics.
It is.
I have 9 songs to play, and in those 9 songs is 50,000 words. So it's like, man, sometimes to have that reference of a lyric is good. Especially if you have a set of jokes that you're trying to get through, and they're all staged for a certain time.
Yeah.
This joke's going to lead to this joke's going to lead to this joke, which is going to recall this thing.
Yep.
I'm going to hit 2 more jokes, and I'm going to bring it home by a full recall to this one, and that's going to have everybody laughing. I'm going to leave it on a high note.
I'm not going to lie. One of the worst things to do is to have a joke that's a callback to a previous joke, and then forgot that you did do that previous joke.
Oh no! And people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah, now you have to punt.
Yeah,
done that a bunch of times.
Oh man, what would you say is your most memorable show that you crushed it? Like, what's one that sticks out in your mind right now where you're like, "Oh yeah, this show."
Both shows the same headliner, Dean Napolitano.
Really?
Yeah, he is one of the funniest comics in Orlando, probably the funniest. Sorry for all the other comics that might be listening, but he is.
It's real,
probably,
baby.
A lot of the headliners will agree he's probably the funniest. He's
really?
been doing it for a long time. He's very energetic. He brings the crowds out, and all the people he brings out are my demographic.
Nice.
So the last time I performed for him, I was a feature. I did 30 minutes with him.
Nice.
Killed it.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah. Like you said, it's your people.
Yeah.
You know, you get it. And you guys have a very similar, it sounds like a very similar target audience.
Yeah.
Where a lot of his jokes, they resonate just like your jokes resonate.
Our styles are different, but the jokes still hit the same.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Oh, that's got to feel so good. Yeah. And it's those moments where you're like, this is why I do this. You know, I do it because this here, right here, it's just such a wonderful experience. And I hope everybody gets to understand what that feeling feels like. Whatever you're doing in your life, like I really do, because there's very few things that are more encouraging and motivating to follow your own passion than when you have a crowd like this and everybody is just celebrating humor together and you were the pilot. And you got to do it, you know, and it's just so much fun. It's very, very similar, some similar things with music. Different, of course, laughter and applause or singing, but just to bring everybody together and feel that your energy is resonating with them and their energy then empowers you, because then you just feel like you get funnier. You're like, man, I'm crushing it tonight, man. This is everything I say is funny.
It feeds you.
Yeah, they feed you 100%. And there's sometimes where you're not going to have a crowd that feeds you, dude.
You're starving.
Yep. But you got to still give it 100%. You can't stop. You got to keep on going. You got to act like there's 1,000 people in that crowd. You know,
you should, but some comics don't.
Yeah, you should.
They throw in the towel.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen some before that have just like, I'm out?
To be honest, I've done it myself.
Did you step off the stage and like?
I didn't step off, but I didn't give. I was like, I'm not. I don't know what to do here. They're not with me. I'll give them a couple more,
and then I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm not even going to fulfill my full time. I'm not getting paid for it. Sorry.
Yeah. No. I'm Aaron Duvall. You guys been great. Not really. Bye. See you later. Let's see what else we got, man. We got some good stuff. It's a let's see. Tracy Perry. She says, I booked travel for Stephen Wright when I was a travel agent in North Carolina. He's a very nice guy. I did not, however, date him. Well, that's his loss. That's his loss, Tracy Perry. You know what I mean? Aaron, who are your influences?
Influences, I have quite a few, but I would say my comedy is probably mirrored off the style of John Pinette.
Oh, bro, love him, man. I think it was Pee Wee Herman that introduced me to him.
Yeah,
yeah. And because he played a chef in this movie that he was in. No, it was Ernest. It was Ernest Goes to Camp. He played a chef, and he was hilarious. And then I found out he was a comic.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, this guy's hilarious, dude. He does one about all you can eat. It's like, he was in Italy.
The buffets.
Bro, he's so funny. So he's an influence of yours.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Because, I mean, we're both big guys. We kind of mirror a type of comedy off the same type of thing. I mean, there's just so many comics I like. It's hard to say a specific influence.
Yeah, sure.
They all have different things they add to my specific style.
Yeah.
You'll find as a newer comic when you're starting off, you'll kind of mirror somebody.
Sure.
But as you start to mirror them, you see somebody else you mirror, and then you start to blend them together. Eventually, you become yourself.
Yeah, you're creating It's very similar in music. You know, people start playing music, they learn music that other people have written. Mm-hmm. So I learned how to play this song, and then I go, okay, cool. I got a little Johnny Resnick. Well, let me play a little Foo Fighters. I got a little Dave Grohl. You know, let me play a little Creed. Let me play a little Goo Goo Dolls. Oh, I got a little this, a little this. Let me play a little this. Oh, let me do this. Oh, I like that style, and that's pretty cool, and that's pretty cool, and that's pretty cool. Now I'm doing all five. You know, and I'm bringing it all together, and then a little bit of me goes in there as well, and then you just start to work on it and develop it and develop it and develop it and develop it, and then it's your style, and you've got it. But it takes time, baby. Can't give up.
I'll say one of my favorite comedians, no longer with us. He wasn't really a big name, but he was on the tractor. He just had some problems. You know,
right.
We struggle. Some of us struggle mentally, physically. Eric Myers.
Eric Myers.
If you ever have a chance to look up anything he's done on YouTube, he was a friend of some local comics. I met him. I performed with him.
Wow.
First time I saw him do an open mic, he was so energetic and so funny, I almost peed myself.
Nice. That's awesome. Just laughing so hard.
He was so funny. And unfortunately, you know, he made a mistake walking out in the road one day. He got hit, but, you know, tragedy happens. He was on the track to be the next Robin Williams if he had not made a mistake walking in front of a van one day. But
holy smokes, dude!
R.I.P. Man, he was. When we do comedy class, we talk about him all the time.
Yeah,
because he was not only was he funny, but he's also generally a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I will say that I see in comedy is a lot of individual pain, the pain that comics going through, and they turn it into humor. They try to make it into something that's digestible, and they try to shed a little light on it, which is interesting because they're very self-deprecating sometimes, where a comic will be I'm to this, and I'm to this, and I'm to this, and they turn it into something funny, and then everybody's laughing.
It's free therapy.
Is that what that... Is that kind of what that is?
Essentially, yeah. It's kind of like free therapy. And there's a unwritten thing that all comics will agree of. Everybody in comedy, every comedian's a little broken somehow.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that, man. You kind of have to be, to step into that kind of environment. Like something got to be a little off with you.
Something, yeah.
Something. It doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be crazy, but it's probably going to be something. And the world will do it to you, man. It's okay. Like I don't think I've met anybody that is in there has experienced a part of life and it doesn't have a couple cracks, a couple breaks, and it's like, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do now? You got to do something with it. You're going to either let it beat you or you're going to beat it. So the way to beat it is to turn it into something that empowers you and builds you. You got to do something with that energy. Turn it into something beautiful. It's Tracy Perry brings it. She says comedy is rough. It's terrifying. It can be. She also says Bill's not here. Speak freely.
This is recorded though, right?
Chef Kendra in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Chef Kendra joined us a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, that food was great.
Oh, that's right. You were here for that, bro. She crushed it, man. And like people were asking me, "Oh, how was Friday night show, man?" I'm like, "Oh, Chef Kendra made Chilean sea bass. Oh, I'm not done." She also did like a black rice risotto. Oh, wow, oh no, I'm not done. She also did slow cooked. Were they
lamb
short
lollipop.
ribs?
Oh, short ribs.
She did short ribs and she did the lamb lollipops.
Yeah.
Chilean sea bass, harissa carrots, the black rice risotto,
yep.
the short ribs. I mean, dude, and then the lamb lollipops. I mean, dude, she crushed it. I was like, bro, you can just make one.
The short rib was my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I am a beef person.
Yeah, they were all. It was all good. Fantastic.
That was my favorite.
Really,
yeah.
Dude, I'm a huge lamb fan, and she marinated it in a homemade chimichurri, which was out. She left the chimichurri. I hid the chimichurri in the back of the refrigerator,
she wouldn't find it.
So she wouldn't. I kept it. I used it for a long time. We talked like weeks later, and I messaged her like 3 weeks later. I was like, "Yo, I'm still eating some of this chimichurri." She goes, "Still?" I'm like, "It's better. It's so good." She's like, "No, I will make you chimichurri. Throw that stuff away. It's so good." Chef Kendra in the house, good to see you. Thank you very much. Tracy Perry, I met Gary Goldman, yes, him again, when he performed in a tiny club in Massachusetts now, 20 or so years later. So Tracy was 7 when she met him. He's a regular on late night shows, Conan, Colbert, and has 2 or 3 Netflix specials. It takes a long time to be an overnight success. Amen. And when you do become an overnight success, you got to be ready for it. And that's the thing. You've got to be scalable. So it happens on music a lot of times. A lot of times there'll be one person that puts out a little clip on TikTok and all of a sudden they're an overnight success, but they have no idea how to manage it. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to book. They don't know how to run finances. They don't know how to run trademarks, intellectual property. They don't know how to schedule. They know nothing. So you only have that one little short chime to catch that fire.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say about that is nowadays it can be overnight.
Hell yeah, it can do with TikTok, with Instagram, with stories, with that stuff. Amen.
Preacher Lawson did America's Got Talent, became overnight success.
Yeah.
Aaron Belial did Kill Tony, overnight success. Cam Patterson. I don't know if anybody...
Oh, that sounds familiar. Who's Cam Patterson? Why do I know that name?
He's a regular in SNL.
There it is.
He 2 or 3 years ago, he was living in the bad part of Orlando in a gang.
Oh my God.
He decided to get out of that lifestyle and get into comedy.
Yeah.
And then he went on Kill Tony and blew up.
Just crushed it.
Yeah, now he's a regular on SNL.
Bro, there's not very much higher you can go, than SNL. SNL is like one of the kings right at the very, very top, dude. And that's a, let's see, Legend of Traveling TARDIS. Christian says, new KK hashtag PlayMonkey. No. Hashtag I taste Billy Floyd. He says that because we have barbecue sauce, guys. He's not talking about anything else. He's talking about the barbecue sauce. So don't take it crazy. Okay, calm down, everybody. But it's thanks for joining me today, Aaron. I had a lot of fun, man. This is super, super cool. We went a little further past our time. Usually we go to about 8:05, but we have got a great show coming up on Friday. We got 3 comedians up here. I even have the media asset. Boom, look at that. Trevor Ocock, Hunter Martinez, Salty Aaron stepping in on Friday. They each have a 10-minute set from what I understand. I talked to Hunter Martinez. He messaged me today. He's like, hey, man, I'm bringing a friend who's also a comedian. do you think we can get him a little bit of time? And I go, absolutely. 100%, dude. We have no limits for our Kitchen Killer show. We'll go forever. I don't care.
Hey, it's up to you, man. It's your show.
Yeah. So I was like, so we got Jack Connor joining us, one of my good buddies. He's going to be joining us, playing some tunes with me. So I'm gonna take the first half of the show. We're going to introduce myself and Aaron. We're going to be chatting. Aaron Duvall, the host and chef. There he is in the upper right-hand corner. Look how sexy he is. Look at your arms, dude. I feel like you're like a bodybuilder. You're like,
That's what they told me to do for my headshots.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good headshot, man. I like it. Aaron Duvall hosting the night with me. He booked all the talent for Friday night, and he's also going to be cooking up something delicious in the kitchen. We have three comedians coming in: Salty Aaron, Hunter Martinez, Trevor Ocock, and Hunter Martinez is bringing a mysterious comedy guest. I don't know who it is. I have no idea. We're going to have Jack Connor joining me on Friday. We're going to be playing some jams, and it's really, really great to be able to bring so many incredible people and to kind of bring this whole thing to fruition. The idea was given to me a year and a half ago by somebody who came in and saw a flamenco show here, and Aaron Duvall is bringing it and making it real. So a huge shout out to Aaron Duvall. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you stepping up with me and sitting down and chatting with me. It's been great to get to know about you and a little bit about your history and giving you guys a couple tips on comedy. How do you get started? What do you do to keep going? And I will say this: if you guys have any questions, reach out to us at KitchenKillaz@gmail.com. Find Aaron Duvall on Facebook. Is Facebook an okay place for them to find you?
Facebook, Instagram are the two primary. Aaron Duvall Comedian, or you can add me on my personal Aaron Duvall.
Nice, man.
If you do add me, just message me, say who you are.
He's going to be tagged in this show, so just throw him a friend request, shoot him a message, let him know that you saw him here. If you guys are looking for any tips or tricks, any guidance in the comedy world, Aaron Duvall is definitely going to be a great knowledge base to reach out to. He works with a local community here. He's been doing it for 8 years. He's been booking comedy shows all over the place. He's been performing in comedy shows all over the place, and this Friday night, he's going to be right in this kitchen cooking up something delicious. I don't know what it's going to be. He might not even know what it's going to be, but on Friday night, we're going to find out. Any final words for him, sir? Do you have any shows coming up you'd like to promote?
If you can make it out to the Funny Bone on the 21st, that's where I'm going to be next. If you can watch the show Friday night, watch the show.
Yeah, if not, we're going to find you. Actually, Tracy Perry will find you, but that won't be a bad thing. Bill's not around. She's hot. She's sexy. She's tall. She's brilliant. And she'll hurt you, by the way. She'll break your bones. So don't fuck with her. Maybe. Some people like that kind of thing. Anyway, I got a barbecue sauce commercial for you. Why? Because we have barbecue sauce. Great to see you, Karen Horowitz-Schwartz. Lovely to see you. We'll see you guys Friday night at 9:05. If you're going to be around for Patreon, 7:05. It's a private show. You can go to patreon.com/KitchenKillaz. Sign up for $2 a month. You can be part of the Patreon crew. You guys get all the new stuff that Kitchen Killaz is doing up front on Wednesday nights at 7:05. Find it on Facebook.com. Find us right there. Throw us a follow. We'll talk to you guys soon. Here's a barbecue sauce commercial because it's sexy and I love barbecue sauce. My name is Billy Floyd. That's Aaron Duvall. We'll see you Friday night.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted